So Dr. Moon, can you talk a little bit about some of the treatment options for patients with kidney disease who also have mental health challenges?
Treatment for things like depression and anxiety in people with complex health conditions really look about the same as they do for the general population within a framework and a context of the medical condition. And so, when we're thinking of something like depression, for example, when the symptoms are in sort of the mild to medium range of severity, really what we look at is therapy as an option first. And so cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the most evidence-based interventions for both adults and for children with things like low mood or depression. Of course, it looks a bit different with adults and with kids it's much more play-based and free-flowing. But really that type of work is all about the connection between thinking, feeling, and behaving, and how that all goes together to impact mood. When you move more into the sort of medium range to severe range of symptoms, at that point it's a consideration whether there might be an additional medication that could be helpful. And usually it's a combined approach of medication and therapy together is what the evidence shows us has the best impact. And so, it's quite common for me to ask my psychiatry colleagues here at Children's Hospital to consult with a family to see whether or not a medication might be appropriate. Some family doctors and pediatricians are also experts when it comes to those types of medication options. So there's a lot of consultation and interdisciplinary work when symptoms are really troublesome to a child's or an adult's day-to-day life. Oftentimes that combined approach of therapy plus medication is the package we need to put together to get them some relief.
Are there any recommended resources out there for kidney patients who are facing mental health challenges?
There are a couple of key websites that I can recommend. There's so much on the internet these days, and some of it is good and some of it is not as good. So there are a couple of key places that people can go that can then sort of be a hub for connection with other resources. So for adults, the Anxiety Canada website is a really great source of information. And actually, both for adults and for children, they have resources that are really across the age span. So if there are concerns about anxiety, certainly Anxiety Canada is a great source of information. The Canadian Mental Health Association website is another really great source of information. And there's some really great programs that are offered through the Canadian Mental Health Association. Things that are quite unique, like telephone coaching and online services. So certainly the Canadian Mental Health Association is a good source of information. And then the other one specifically for children and youth is the Kelty Mental Health website. And the Kelty Mental Health Resource Center is housed here at Children's Hospital. They have an amazing website. They also archive things like expert presentations, webcasts, things like that. And so that's another really great source of information around really mental health broadly in young people.